celebrities and viral fame, there are those who move in silence, not because they're weak, but because they're focused. They don't need external validation. They don't chase clout. They're playing a different game entirely. Ascenders, you're not here to fit into society's tired script. You're here to write your own. You're not looking for permission to succeed. You're engineering it, alone if you must, efficiently, on your own terms. This video isn't for everyone. It's for the builders in the dark, the minds that move quietly but strike with precision, the ones who know power is best wielded, not flaunted. These aren't your average jobs. This isn't some recycled top 10 jobs for introverts list. Each of these careers is chosen because it grants what Sigma males value most: freedom, autonomy, strategic control, and solitude. If you're done watching others rise while you grind in the background, then stay sharp. We're about to break down 12 career paths where Sigma males not only survive, but dominate quietly. And before we get into it, crack the code. Subscribe to Sigma Ascends. You'll find clarity, strategy, and real tools to build your empire, your way. 1. The digital ghost, cybersecurity consultant, ethical hacker. You don't wear a cape, you don't show your face. But behind the screen, you might be the most powerful person in the room. As a cybersecurity consultant or ethical hacker, you're essentially a digital hitman for hire. Only instead of destroying, you're protecting. In a world run by code, digital assets are everything. From banks to governments, businesses to billionaires, everyone is under threat. And they'll pay handsomely to stay ahead of the predators. That's where you come in. You're not just running scans or copying scripts. You're thinking like an attacker, finding flaws, breaching systems, and then helping your clients build stronger defenses. You're a strategist, a tactician, a silent weapon. This career suits Sigma males perfectly. You work solo or in small, elite teams. You decide your hours, your clients, your rate. You stay invisible. No corporate politics, no public image. Just skill, just leverage, and the pay. 6 figures is just the start. Top consultants charge $500 per hour or more. Some only take on a few clients per year and spend the rest of their time building their own projects or traveling light. Certification paths like CEH, Certified Ethical Hacker, OSCP, or CISSP can fast-track your credibility. But the real currency here is results. If you can think like a criminal and act like a tactician, you'll never be out of work. Best part? You don't need a fancy office. All you need is a secure laptop, a high-speed connection, and a sharp mind. 2. The shadow publisher, niche content entrepreneur. This is the business of building quiet authority. Imagine running a digital media empire without ever showing your face. No influencer drama, no forced smiles, just strategic content, organic traffic, and automated revenue. The shadow publisher owns niche blogs, newsletters, and info products. They dominate Google search results in obscure but profitable areas. Think home aquaponics, vintage watches, tactical gear, survivalist prepping. The goal: create useful content in high-intent niches and monetize through affiliate marketing, digital products, or ad revenue. Build trust, build traffic, sell solutions. Why this works for Sigma males: no boss, no schedule, no spotlight. You control the message, the medium, the model. You build once, then automate and scale quietly. It's not about going viral, it's about owning digital real estate that pays you monthly. You write a guide once, and it makes you income for years. You launch a course once and promote it through a high-converting funnel. It's leverage on your knowledge and creativity. Many shadow publishers use AI tools and ghostwriters to scale faster. Others keep it lean and manual, diving deep into research and SEO optimization. Either way, it's quiet warfare, and Sigma males thrive in it. You become an expert in a field people underestimate, and that's exactly why you win. 3. The silent equity hunter, micro private investor, silent partner. This isn't Wall Street. This is the alley behind the barbershop where real deals happen. The silent equity hunter finds small businesses, usually boring ones, and buys into them quietly. No fanfare, no press releases, just equity and influence behind the scenes. Think car washes, think laundromats, think HVAC companies, local gyms, niche e-commerce stores. Boring? To most. Profitable? Extremely. And most of all, controllable. You don't need to be the face. You let someone else run the day-to-day while you pull strings from a distance. You provide capital, systems, strategy, and collect returns. It's the Sigma version of entrepreneurship. Own the castle, let others guard the gate. Most Sigma males don't want to be in the spotlight. They want the asset, not the attention. They want cash flow, not chaos. You can start with small local opportunities, partner with an operator who's burned out, buy 30% of a cash-flowing business and help scale it with digital tools. Or level up, stack equity in multiple ventures across different industries, diversifying your income quietly. What makes this powerful? You build a portfolio of cash-generating assets. You maintain privacy and autonomy. You create influence without visibility. This path is for those who play the long game, who don't need the win today, but are always stacking silent leverage for tomorrow. 4. The autonomous maker, indie app game developer. This is the realm of the digital craftsman. No team meetings, no investor calls, just you, a laptop and code that earns while you sleep. As an indie app or game developer, you're not building the next billion-dollar unicorn. You're building sustainable, niche tools or games that solve real problems or entertain in unique ways. Something weird, something effective, something yours. Think of the guy who built a one-screen budgeting app and now clears 6 figures annually, or the solo dev who released a minimal mobile game that got 5 million downloads. No staff, no co-founders, just deep work and deployment. Why Sigma males thrive here? Total autonomy. You decide what to build, when to build, and how to launch. No gatekeepers, you don't pitch, you publish. Asynchronous scale. Build once, profit forever. You're not here for Silicon Valley approval. You're not pitching VCs with buzzwords. You're solving a problem or scratching a creative itch and shipping it to the world on your own terms. Some developers focus on productivity tools, health trackers, AI sidekicks. Others go the entertainment route, pixel art games, decision-based stories, retro puzzles. Either way, you win by going niche, launching fast, and letting the market validate your vision. The kicker: indie devs today have access to tools that level the field. Platforms like Unity, Godot, Flutter, and low-code tools allow rapid building. You can outsource parts, automate updates, and use App Store data to find opportunities no one's touching. And when you're done building that one app, start another. Stack digital assets. Build a quiet empire, one line of code at a time. 5. The rogue analyst, freelance intelligence, OSINT investigator. You're not guessing, you're uncovering. You're a one-man data agency, dissecting the web, tracking patterns, uncovering truths others miss. Open source intelligence, or OSINT, is about extracting actionable insights from publicly available data. Social media, forums, leaks, public records, databases. And in a world drowning in noise, clients pay top dollar for signal. Law firms hire OSINT analysts to vet witnesses. Journalists use them to verify sources. Businesses use them to track competitor moves or employee leaks. Even governments outsource OSINT to specialists who can dig deeper, faster. This is a Sigma profession to the core, research, heavy and solitary. No spotlight, but high-value impact, remote, anonymous and reputation-based. You're the guy who can find out where a photo was taken from a shadow and a license plate. Or you're tracing financial patterns through a web of shell companies. Or you're the one who uncovers the identity behind a burner Twitter account that's manipulating markets. You're not guessing, you're profiling, you're connecting dots others overlook. No fancy office, just a sharp browser setup, a VPN, scraping tools, and your investigative mind. You build your rep in silence, posting case studies under aliases, joining private forums, showcasing skill, not noise. And when a serious client finds you, you name your price. This career is not about noise. It's about knowing more than the people with the power and renting them access to your mind. 6. The precision merchant, one product e-com brand operator. Forget 100 product stores, constant dropshipping chaos, or chasing Amazon trends. The precision merchant picks one offer, just one, and builds a machine around it. It might be a custom journal, a tactical flashlight, a minimalist wallet, a sleep supplement with clean branding. Whatever it is, it solves a real problem and it becomes your flagship. Why this is Sigma. You control the message and the margins. You don't chase trends. You create cult followings. You work in silence, but your product speaks loudly. The precision merchant doesn't spam ads. He crafts a story, a landing page, a visual identity. Customers don't just buy, they align. Your product becomes a tool for their own transformation. You build a funnel that works while you sleep. You test ad copy, tweak conversions, optimize for mobile. And once it works, you scale quietly. Maybe Facebook ads, maybe influencers, maybe organic SEO, maybe email. You outsource fulfillment, automate shipping, systematize support. Then you disappear into the back end, where the system makes you money, and you reinvest that cash into building brand number 2. You're not selling to the world. You're selling to a specific avatar, one that thinks like you, that respects simplicity, function, and clarity. The kind of people who don't want 20 options. They want the right one. This is product minimalism at scale. It's e-commerce stripped of the noise. It's mastery through focus. 7. The borderless operator, geo-arbitrage consultant, global remote strategist. The Sigma male isn't looking to escape the system, he's looking to reroute it in his favor. Geo-arbitrage is the quiet art of earning in high-income currencies while living where costs are low and lifestyle quality is high. Here's the play. You make USD, Euro, or GBP online, and you base yourself in countries where that money stretches 3 times to 10 times further. Think Eastern Europe, Southeast Asia, Latin America. You're not just a remote worker, you're a borderless operator. You optimize your existence across time zones, currencies, climates, and jurisdictions. You don't live where you were born, you live where you're most effective. You're paying $1,200 per month to live in a luxury condo in Medellin or Tbilisi, while stacking $10,000 per month in freelance earnings. You build your life like a tactical spreadsheet: lower tax, higher leverage, deeper solitude. Why Sigma males win here? Minimalism plus strategy equals unmatched freedom. You never get trapped in high-cost cities. You build wealth while others burn paychecks on rent and the work, anything remote. You can be a freelance designer, SEO expert, course creator, agency ghost, or crypto consultant. The internet pays no mind to where your laptop is plugged in. More advanced? Start helping other freelancers make the jump. Create relocation kits, offer visa guidance, build a small client base helping people geo-shift smarter. You become the guy who cracked the system and is now paid to guide others through the back door. Borderless operators don't just work online, they live outside the matrix. 8. The idea broker, ghostwriter, high-level copy strategist. You've got the mind of a philosopher and the instincts of a killer, but you don't need your name on anything. You write for power, not credit. As a ghostwriter or high-level copy strategist, you become the voice of someone bigger, a CEO, influencer, author, startup founder. You take their raw thoughts and make them move people. Persuade, dominate. You're not a content monkey. You're a silent tactician who writes with blood and purpose. One sentence can drive millions in sales. One landing page can reshape a brand. One ghost-written keynote can change a career. Why Sigma males win in this lane? Complete solitude. You write alone. Always. High leverage. Your words produce disproportionate results. Total anonymity. Their success. Your mind, no spotlight. The game is quality and positioning. You're not on Fiverr. You're not bidding 10 gigs. You're behind closed doors, getting $5,000 a month retainers to shape someone's legacy. You're in the DMs, not the job boards. Your skill, you can listen deeply and write sharply. You extract essence and turn it into influence. Some idea brokers specialize in personal brand growth. LinkedIn, Twitter, Medium. Others craft books, email sequences, pitch decks. The top 1% get brought into boardrooms. They don't just write, they advise. You build long-term clients, recurring revenue, and strategic trust without ever having to be known. In a world where everyone's screaming to be heard, the idea broker gets paid in silence. 9. The code whisperer, blockchain developer, smart contract architect. The code whisperer isn't building websites or fixing bugs. He's designing the digital law that redefines trust. He's writing smart contracts, code that governs money, assets, and transactions without middlemen. This is Web 3, and it runs on logic, not permission. If the internet is infrastructure, then blockchain is its next operating system. Sigma males don't just use systems, they architect them. As a blockchain dev, you're not just programming, you're reshaping how people store value, verify identity, manage contracts, and exchange power. This isn't a tech fad, it's an ideology encoded in logic. Why Sigma males thrive here? Systems thinking and solo building is rewarded. High pay, low exposure, total freedom. No suits, no sales. Just output that proves value, learn solidity, rust, or move. Build smart contracts for decentralized apps, DAOS, DEFI platforms, or NFT projects. You're not just writing code, you're programming the new economy. And because the blockchain space is still wild and emerging, raw talent speaks louder than degrees. You can build a reputation on GitHub, contribute to open source, or launch your own protocol anonymously. The best part? You can work from anywhere. Many devs are pseudonymous. Some earn 7 figures under usernames and wallet addresses, never revealing a real name. Sigma freedom at its peak. You're not just building, you're embedding philosophy into math. The code whisperer is a digital architect of sovereignty. 10. The asset alchemist, alternative investor, crypto, domains, artifacts. The asset alchemist doesn't follow the herd to Wall Street. He builds wealth in the shadows, buying what others ignore, flipping what others can't value, and stacking leverage in silence. We're talking crypto coins, digital real estate, rare domains, vintage collectibles, watch portfolios, even first edition books, anything with scarcity, narrative, and potential. While others stare at stock tickers, the asset alchemist is buying comms like digital land. He's flipping undervalued NFTs before the media catches on. He's holding rare Rolexes and Japanese trading cards as inflation-proof stores of value. Why this is a Sigma lane? You act on insight, not approval. You profit in cycles, not paychecks. You study micro-niches like a predator in research mode. Your work is reading discords, watching markets, scouting auction houses, scanning DeFi yield plays. You become a hybrid of trader, historian, and collector. But you move quiet, because every edge disappears when it becomes popular. You might grab a 4-letter domain that sells to a startup for $30,000, or stake stablecoins into yield protocols while everyone else panics, or stack gold coins, knives, vinyl, vintage tech, or AI-related assets because you see value before others do. There are no set rules. The game is to see patterns where others see randomness. This career isn't about credentials. It's about being early, educated, and cold-blooded. If you're obsessive, analytical, and detached from mainstream noise, you'll print returns while they scroll TikTok. 11. The nomadic engineer, freelance systems engineer, tech consultant. Not every Sigma wants to code full-time, but the ones who know systems, they become freelance engineers who solve high-level problems across companies while living across continents. The nomadic engineer is a remote mercenary. He doesn't build from scratch. He fixes, optimizes, and retools. 1 month he's hardening a company's cloud infrastructure from a mountain in Nepal. Next, he's automating workflows from a quiet flat in Warsaw. He doesn't climb ladders. He creates leverage. Why Sigma males dominate this path? Deep work with little social friction, travel freedom without income drops, high-ticket problem-solving from anywhere. Most nomadic engineers stack consulting retainers. Some charge $150 per hour for security audits. Others offer ongoing DevOps support. You're not replaceable. You're embedded into high-stakes systems. Certifications help: AWS, Azure, Docker, Kubernetes. But the real edge, problem-solving speed and quiet confidence. You come in, fix the problem, secure the system, automate the repeat, and vanish until needed again. Want more autonomy? Build templates, toolkits, or audits as products. Sell them on Gumroad. Bundle them into recurring income. You're not just an engineer, you're a mobile infrastructure genius. Where others need roots, you move like code, lightweight, precise, and adaptable. 12. The silent strategist, one-man consultancy. You're not in the trenches, you're shaping the map. The silent strategist is a Sigma with insight. He doesn't need a big team or big noise, just a brain sharp enough to outthink the competition and a model smart enough to get paid for it. You're the guy who sees bottlenecks faster than others, who notices pricing flaws, who rewrites someone's positioning in 30 minutes and doubles their revenue in 30 days. You advise clients, not chase them. You're not a coach. You're a quiet closer who only takes projects worth your time. And they respect that. Why this is pure Sigma territory, intellectual leverage. Selective energy, use maximum output with minimal exposure. You might be a marketing strategist, a sales ops expert, a product advisor, a brand fixer. You don't do the grunt work, you architect the playbook, and your clients execute it. You don't need followers, you need case studies. You don't sell fluff, you sell clarity. You come in with a Notion doc, a few calls, and a plan that fixes the mess and creates momentum. Once proven, you scale it. Build a solo agency with contractors. Build digital courses based on your frameworks. Turn insight into income. You're not here to be famous, you're here to be essential. When people hit a wall, you're the one they call. Ascenders, the world is loud. It wants you distracted, dependent, reactive, but that's not your lane. You weren't built to shout. You were built to study, build, and strike. Each of these careers isn't just about making money, it's about engineering a lifestyle that's unbothered, unchained, and undefeated in silence. You're not chasing someone else's version of success. You're crafting your own, based on strategy, solitude, and self-respect. So now the ball's in your court. Will you keep watching others ascend, or will you design your own escape route and walk it without asking permission? If you felt this video, subscribe to Sigma Ascends right now. This isn't a fan club. It's a movement. A silent legion of men who don't need the crowd because they lead from the shadows. Until next time, stay sharp, stay sovereign, stay ascending.